So I keep calling the brand Makeup by Mitchell, but it's made by Mitchell. And
Made.
you've probably seen his stuff on TikTok because they're a UK brand. And remember they did like the curve case, I think it was called, and it had the different whatever. Okay, so now they're in Ulta. And
Oh,
you know your friend is a sucker for packaging. And I saw this little big old thing. And I said, well, what all is that? And it's lip balm. And then it has the nerve to be called Hubba Bubba, like the gum. Or no, it's Hubba Hubba. Okay, I can't read. I thought it was Hubba Bubba. But anyway, it's just a big ass lip balm. And it works really good. It's supposed to be like a intense like lip balm, but it gives like a decent little, like if you don't want full gloss, but you just need a little something, you know? So I think I'm gonna grab I bought two. I had this one, and when Brittany was here when we went to see the Jay-Z, she was like, did you get one for me? And I was like, yes, friend. Yes, I did. Here you go. Oh, I didn't show you the sneakers she gave me. Let me.
Oh yeah, show them too. We got
Let me.
show and tell right now.
We got show and tell this week. Like myself, she's probably listening to this. My bestie is Bigfoot, but like I am, I also have a Bigfoot. I wear like a 9.5, 10. She wears like a 10, 10.5. We Bigfoot.
Really? That
Yeah.
would be considered Bigfoot, really? Well, 10, yes, I could see that. 9, I think that's like solid.
Like my 9.5 is like a average, but then it's like some shoes I'll be walking around looking like I got boats on my feet. So I don't wear all sneakers and stuff because I really be looking like whatever. But when we went to the Jay-Z concert, her and her husband went the first two. So they went the first night. We went all together the second night. She wore these the first night and she was like, oh, they were not comfortable. Take them with you. These are the cutest little sneakers that I probably would not have grabbed on my own. And I wore them to the Jill Scott concert with my like skort tennis skirt and a crop top. It was so cute and they were comfortable to me. I think my friend just got a fat foot. So I could see that they might have been a little tight around her. Like so area, because she was like they were not comfy, but they were super cute. And I was like, I'd be looking for sneakers outside of my Converses to like dress up. Yeah. Things, especially at concerts and stuff where if we're not gonna be in the suite, I'm not putting on a heel.
Yeah, because who wants to be standing? Like you're gonna be standing. There's sometimes you, depending on the venue, you don't know what you're gonna get. Like I went to a Duckworth concert and it was the smallest venue I've ever been to out here. It was at, I think it was like it was in a comedy club, but it's on that same strip. It's on Sunset Strip. It's small and it was just standing. And I counted for potentially standing, but I didn't think the whole time.
Right.
Yeah, no, we were standing the whole time.
I totally, the only time I'll wear heels to a concert is if I know for a fact, like, one, I'm going with my mama and the aunties, because if I'm going with the aunties, then I know for sure they got the good tickets. And I'm going to have a seat, you know? But it depends. The only time, as an over 30-year-old woman, only time I'm wearing heels for real is if, the occasion calls for it, but not just to be standing just willy-nilly. Yeah, like not all willy-nilly anymore.
Yeah.
But I feel like the girls don't get dressed the way that we used to anyway. We used to wear heels all willy-nilly.
When I tell you, I used to wear out a good heel, especially when I was going to church.
Listen,
and, like traffic was my place. Remember traffic?
Listen,
was traffic by you guys?
I do remember traffic. But what I was gonna say is one of my mom's best friends, my Uncle Stacy will tell you in a heartbeat. He'd be like, my niece is tall, but she wears a 6-inch heel. Shelby likes a shoe. Always has, always will. I can never get down with the Kitten Hill Brigade. I can't do it. Leave your pets at home.
Please. I can't do it. Jody was like, you don't like a good kitten? I was like, no, I do not. She loves a good kitten. She's also tall, just like you.
Okay.
But Chelsea and her love a good kitten.
No, I'm going to be 7 feet tall in here and you're going to be intimidated. And it's okay.
Like,
I don't know.
why kitten
Every
heel?
time Justin sees me in heels, he sings the song from Steven Universe. All I want to do is see you turn into a giant woman, a giant woman.
Don't do her like that. Oh
You're
my
not wrong though, because I
god.
really do be giant. But
But I
hi,
love it.
friends.
It's hi friends. Harry. Well,
Right.
we haven't talked to you guys in like so long, like about a month. It feels
No.
like.
So, in case y'all forgot, this is Shelby.
And this is Jess.
And welcome back to the League of Extraordinary Readers. Has it been? It's been a month. The last few episodes have been guests. I really enjoyed last week's episode.
Same
With Elizabeth Pryor. She was awesome. Like I want to talk to her again.
Yeah, no, she's a good time. Like she felt like she was a host as well.
Yeah, like she was one of us. Like we were just, I really, really enjoy her. And Shonda McManus, she's gonna be doing a book event near me soon in Brooklyn. So I think I'm gonna see if I can try to get tickets to try to see her in person.
Yeah.
Because she was really good too. She had a lot of stuff to say. I was saying in my reading vlog that like reading that book on its own, without an audiobook, one, I think that story, it's gonna be important to hear her voice.
Yeah.
I think because of the style, because of the letters, it was very repetitive when just reading it without knowing her, without hearing her speak. And then once listening to her talk, like once we spoke to her, I think for the both of us, we both were like, oh, that book was better than what we were giving it credit for.
Yeah, no, it's like literally like it like talking to her energy just is like, okay, yeah, we need you to read this book.
Yeah, we need you.
Yeah.
I think that's gonna be one of those that like you're gonna need the audiobook for it. I think you'll get the impact of what she's trying to say around grief and all of that, but I don't think you'll get her really until one, obviously we want you to listen to the podcast episode, but also just listening to her speak in general. She had a lot of good things to say that made me walk away and say like, oh, now I get it. Like now I see the vision because
it clicked. I feel like it all clicked.
And it wasn't and it wasn't that it was a bad book, right? It just was everything was a letter. And there was nothing to break that up. So it was like
give it voice. Give it a really good, strong voice.
You need to hear her voice to get the cadence, to get the whatever. Because I know for me, sometimes when I'm reading things, if I don't have that, I sometimes can't place it on my own. Like all I can hear in my head is
Yeah, same.
So I think once the audiobook for that comes out, we'll be sure to keep an eye out for that so that we can let y'all know. Because I think that's going to be a game changer for that book. I think that's going to be a game changer.
Absolutely.
Like 100%.
I can't wait. She said end of the month.
I think that's what she said, friend. I don't remember. Before we get into the episode and we start yapping about our weeks and such. Oh, your nails are cute. That's a cute thing.
Thank you.
You're welcome. I saw a bag online called it's this company called Soola, I believe it's called Soola. Let's look that up. And they have like craft bags or like pouches, and one of them is supposed to be either for I think you can use it either for crafting or for stationery. Right.
Okay.
Once I figure out once I came up with an alternative. But this is what it looks like for the people that are watching online. So it's normally $55. It's on sale right now for $48. And you can fit like your pens, your A5 notebook, all this other stuff. And I'm like, okay, I need one to just throw in my bag or whatever. But I was like, I don't want to pay $50-$60 plus shipping or whatever right now. So I found this little pouch on Amazon for like $10 and decided that it was going to do the same thing that the Sula bag was going to do until I decide that I'm going to spend that money. So I got my index card.
If you want to
Right. So if you would like to sponsor,
Yeah, sponsor us, please.
look, maybe you need to shoot them an email, Frank. So
Actually, you know what?
send them a email on the podcast
Mm-hmm.
behalf. So I got my
Mm-hmm.
index cards in here. Y'all know I use these to annotate. It's like I can take notes on here. I can use the side as a sharp edge. It
Mm-hmm.
saves me a number of things. I have 3 different notebooks in here,
Wait, let
just
me
so
see.
y'all can see.
Oh
I
shoot,
actually
you
have
got.
3 notebooks in here,
Mm-hmm.
right? These are 2, they're all A5, but they are 2 of the half A5s of the Stalogy notebooks and then a full size one.
Mm-hmm.
And they all do serve different purposes. This was my first attempt at a commonplace journal that failed. This is my Herkit journal. And then this is just the journal that I use to take notes at book events or wherever I'm
Mm-hmm.
out. If I see things, I take notes. So fits 3 notebooks in here. It's a little snug, but they fit. And that's the important part. And then I have my array of pens in here. Because we know, oh, I do have a roll of washi tape because I've been using this particular washi tape to make labels and little tabs. And then for my assortment of pens, my favorite pen is an Energel. This is the needle tip one. That's 0.3. My blue Lamy. This is an extra fine. This is a Lamy Safari for the people
That's pretty. Yes, it's a pretty
that
color
speak,
too.
isn't it? And the ink is
Mm-hmm.
a similar color. Um, I have 2 different Sharpies because I'm always reaching for Sharpies to write on things. And this is my Kaweco sword, which is also a, I believe this is a fine point. Oh,
Why'd you look over your glasses?
because I can't see, friend. That's why. I was talking about Nail Tech about that the other day because, well, yesterday because she recently she now has to wear glasses. And she was
Mm-hmm.
like, "How do you do this?" Because she was like, "I walk into things now. I didn't realize my eyesight was that bad." She was like, "Apparently, my right eye has been doing all the work." I said, "Oh yeah, girl, my right eye is my good eye too, friend." I said, "The left eye is for decoration because I can't see nothing out of that one."
Oh
And then
my
I keep
god.
a few of these in here too because this is just a fine point needle
Mm-hmm.
point pen that I like, gel pen that I like. So I was like, let me show my friend because this might be something that you could put together
I'm
for yourself
about
too
to
until Sula
about to pull one.
decides to
Listen,
sponsor us. Because
something
I was like, I'm tired of my pens and stuff getting lost in the bottom of my
bag. Yep.
especially because I've been carrying around this curve tote, which I love by the way.
Mine's on the way from Florida.
Well, I was gonna say on the way for what? But no, I forgot your daddy had to put it in the
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
your mama finally talked him through how to do that.
Yeah, and he done went to the post office. I had some other things in the box too, because I was shopping in Florida like I was in a new state. I mean, not a new
Okay.
state, in a new
A new
country.
country. Okay.
Anyways, so they had to ship some things to me. He went up to the post office and he agreed to pay $100 and didn't tell my mom.
$100 for what? What they shipping it by
That's
hand?
that's what I'm trying to figure out. We were like, why is it a hundred
That's why
dollars
you don't
at
send a man to the
most
grocery. You don't send a man to the post office.
$50? He done went and she was like, he was supposed to call me just to make sure because he don't be shipping nothing.
Right, so he don't know what
No,
the price is supposed to be. He just said, "All right, whatever. I'm getting my baby her stuff." That's all he
a
was worried
hundred
about.
dollars and just
And
paid
in his
it. My mom,
head, he probably was like, "Oh, it makes sense. It's going all the way to California." You know,
my mom's like, you better get this package. You better get this package. I was like, I feel like I can get it. It'll come on time. It's UPS. At least you didn't ship it with FedEx.
$100 dang. What else was in the
Mm-hmm.
box, friend?
Had my Coach purse in there that I left at home, some shoes, 2 books. Oh,
Okay,
and Tupperware that my mom's been trying to give me for the last 2 times I've been home. Like it's this nice big Tupperware that she got off QVC. My mom's obsessed with QVC.
is she?
She be on to QVC. I got my Vitamix blender from QVC. I've gotten some other little blender things that she's gotten me, like hand blender, QVC. Some little chop stuff, like to chop stuff quickly, QVC. Well, she gives me a lot of stuff from QVC. That whole house
Some
is probably funded by QVC.
My mom's godfather, Granddaddy Baker, his wife, Grandma Ruth, was the QVC queen. And when Grandma Ruth passed away and we had to
Mhm.
clean the house out, when I tell you it was stuff in there that she had never opened. And mommy said it was mommy and my aunt Chris were up there. They were cleaning the house out because we're who lived the closest. So mommy and I were up there helping. But it was one of the days I think I had to work or something. For whatever reason, I was coming later in the day. And mommy said she said something, complained about something about Ruth and her QVC stuff, and something fell off a shelf. And mommy was like, "My bad. I'm sorry. I am sorry."
You don't
Grandma
talk
Ruth was
about
like, "Clean it up.
QVC.
Don't you say nothing else."
QVC, man. Yeah. She'll call me on a Sunday. She's like, Jesse, you want anything from QVC? I saw this folder thing that I feel like will definitely work for you. Do you want it?
I know that's right, Mom. Tell her I said yes, yes, sister.
Yeah.
Also, I meant to tell you the notebook that I got while I was out there. I absolutely love this thing. I
Oh,
use it every day.
yes.
Like
Okay,
I
I'll go
use it
back
every
and
single
get
day.
it then.
Yeah, I use it every day. And the paper is thicker than the like the Stalogy
Oh.
notebooks and the thinner ones that I like.
Mm-hmm.
It's thicker. So I think you'll enjoy it because it's
Mm-hmm.
thicker. But I was like, I need to order some extra of those because I really, really, really like I naturally pick it up. Like that's where all my to-do lists are, YouTube
Okay.
video stuff. Like I
All
use
that
that every day.
stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Definitely gonna get it.
So how was your week, friend? Anything new?
Um, Pretty chill, I would say. Like, thank God I ended that client 2 weeks ago because I feel like life has just, whew, a breath of fresh air, like literally. Um, so I've been reading a lot and
Okay.
knocking things out, which is good. From the last time we've talked, there's a couple things that are quite a few things. I'm trying to remember everything. Theft.
How was that?
That was good. So we were talking about it in book club. It was a good book, but I feel like how we talk about James McBride or who else? Maybe Walter Mosley could be in that lineup. But mostly James McBride, how we've said in the past where you need to start at a certain point for his work for you
Yeah.
to understand
Understand. Mm-hmm. So
or
you
understand his writing style because granted, yes, it was good for what it was. Like it could have been better. Like some of us were like, we could have gotten some titles of like who the characters were because sometimes you kind of got lost in the sauce. Or, it could have there's certain things that could have picked up a little bit quicker, whatever the case may be. But when we started putting two and two together, which is why listening to authors talk is so important, is he was traveling post winning the Nobel Prize for the book that came before this one that we read. And it took him longer and it was a lot harder for him to get settled in this book. And if I like thinking about it as I'm reading it, I could see that. Like it definitely, so I said I would definitely give him another chance, but I don't think this is where people should start. I was gonna go with Afterlives instead of Theft, but the reason I said no to Afterlives is because we were reading a lot of like deep historical fiction.
mm-hmm.
And I was trying to switch up stuff for us a little bit. It still ended up being still historical fiction, but I felt like this story pacing or the story behind it was a lot different than a traditional what Afterlives was like a traditional historical fiction set in this
Okay.
time period, blase, that type of stuff.
Okay.
Um
I have definitely
so
wanted
yeah.
to read Afterlives, but I was having this same conversation about why can't I think of his name right now?
Hmm.
The book was called A Man Who Haunted Himself. Um Hold on. I got it. It's Ishmael Reed.
yes, we were talking about that. Yes, a while back. I remember you were reading that. Yeah. Yeah. It's
I so I
mhm.
was just saying I did a YouTube video about books that I didn't understand, right? Because I was like, I feel like people think that just because I can explain books to y'all or because I talk about books so passionately that there aren't any books that don't stumble me up. And that's not
Mhm.
true. And that was on the list because I was like, I understand that there's a conversation about race, but I can't really tell you what the conversation about race is. And I think
Yeah.
that a part of that is because it's a sci-fi, but I'm like, I feel like if I was more familiar with his work and his style, that I probably would get through it a little bit easier
Yeah.
than, you know, I did.
Mhm.
I'm sorry. I don't know why
There you go.
I just remembered that this book was on the floor.
It is in right by the side, just sitting there staring
When I
at you.
say the Tism is fighting back, no, it's because this book was on the list too. I said that I didn't.
Okay. I remember you reading that one too. I didn't hear nothing after
No,
that.
it clicked at the
Oh,
end.
okay.
Like it did, but I didn't
Mhm.
understand that like there's somebody in it that's telling a story.
Mhm.
I plan to read this next week, so
Okay.
I'll report back. But
Okay.
all of that to say, I totally understand what you mean because sometimes you just need to know an author. That's
Yeah,
just
you
like
just need for him. Yeah.
Sarah when I read it's a book about slavery, it's a book The American Daughters. What's his
Oh
name?
yeah, yeah, yeah. Um,
Mm.
mm,
Mm-hmm.
he's right there across
At the
the room.
tip,
I can't see him.
the
He's right there. I need to order my
American
new
Daughter.
glasses. Actually.
Maurice Carlos Ruffin.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Him.
Had it not been for Sarah, I would not have given that book the chance that it deserves.
Mm.
Because I was like, it feels like the cadence or something is off.
That's on my Hersed list too. Cause his daughter.
Oh, I think you'll enjoy it. I think you need to know. I won't say it on air. I'll after I'll tell
Mm-hmm.
you what you should be cognizant of
Okay.
because spoilers don't necessarily bother you, and I don't necessarily know that I can say it without
Spoiling.
spoiling.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but that was one where I was like, "Nah, I don't think I like this. I
Yeah,
don't.
I get it.
But I think
Uh,
community being able to say like, oh, I don't understand something, and having a friend to be like, oh no, friend.
you will. Yeah. Yeah, yeah, no. I think, and then the way I will say, the way he writes women is very careful. There was a scene in the book that was a little, it's trigger warning, but there was a scene in the book where a woman happens to have an encounter with a man,
Mhm.
and it felt like he took his time with how he described it versus being very brutal.
Okay,
And as you go on, there's like little details, like maybe if he's talking about perfume or a woman having a period.
there's care.
It's very much care. And you can tell, you know, he has women in his life that he pays attention to. Very, and I thought that was
Yeah.
very interesting. So I would read his other work. I'm gonna go back. And then go from there. And then I read Leave Your Mess at Home. Phenomenal, phenomenal. Very good, very good. I have no notes.
Tens.
Tens across the board. I loved each character, even though each one of them were crazy in their own way.
The mama can go directly to hell.
The
You're
mom
not
can go
scared
to,
to go. Don't do
yes,
not collect two
she's
hundred
not a
dollars. You
good
can go
person.
directly to Satan's house. The brother also as well. If I could knock him
Mm-hmm.
and his wife's head together so hard they share a brain, I would.
It was, you know, I enjoyed how where she took us from to where we landed. And I think there's like you come to like understand like okay, home, everybody has to battle these certain battles within themselves for them to really understand a where home theoretically
actually
is.
right.
And I enjoyed that. I love that everybody was true to themselves, especially Sola and what's the girl that was the sister that was gay, the sister that was with, I forgot all the names already. I remember
The
Sola
sister that
because
was
she was
I felt really bad for her and her situation.
Karen. I think it was Karen.
Yes, because she
Yeah,
was the only
Karen.
one that had like an American name.
Yeah, it was just
But
like
she was
random, like
born in America. I believe she was the only one that
mm-hmm.
was actually born in America. I felt bad for her.
Yeah, yeah. But I'm happy she saw herself overall in
Yeah,
the
and she
end.
did the inner work that needed to be
Yeah.
done.
Yeah, I think there's so many multiple conversations happening there that I think everybody should read. Um, there's obviously some traumatic stuff for folks that, trigger warning for certain stuff. But other than that, I think it was a good book personally.
For
Like,
that to be her debut, I think that was a
mm-hmm. Yep,
phenomenal.
really great,
I
really
would like
great book.
if you would have handed that to me and said that it was a debut, I probably would have been like, "You're lying." No, it's not.
Yeah, I wouldn't have believed it either. I also read, I'm trying to go back to our messages too, so I can remember what I read. All this one, all this one, and I Can't Get None by T. Clark. That was a collection of short stories. it it was all right, y'all.
My
I
my
I
spiritual intuition was with me when I was in the bookstore because when we went to see
yeah, it told you not to buy it.
when we
Yeah.
were at McNally's, they had you get like a coupon off, like
Mm-hmm.
$5 off. But I had my coupon in mommy, so I would have had $10 off. So I was like, well, I'm gonna give me a book, and I picked that up, and something was like, put it down. So I did. I put it down.
Yeah. Somewhere like to start off, the first one was all right.
Okay.
Second one was good. Third one, and then somewhere in the middle, I was like, I'm getting sleepy sometimes. And then there was one, the one that Bridget talked about. I was
Yes.
like, yeah, girl, I blocked
No,
that one out of my
tell them
memory.
what Bridget said in the text message because I said what? It was
Yeah,
something about a tampon,
it
and I
was the
said,
tampon.
hold
It
on,
was
so I could
very,
read it
it was.
verbatim because I said, say what now?
She said, where is it? I just saw
Yeah,
it.
I haven't even finished it yet because I couldn't get into the story with the tampon video, but this is good to know. And for the people that are watching on YouTube, this is what I put in response because what do you mean?
Yeah, it was a lot. Okay, so here's what I'll say. The premise of all these stories are giving a real raw view of girlhood. Like it's I wouldn't say everybody's reality because it's not everybody's reality, right? But it is an examination of what black girlhood looks like for a lot of girls growing up, and it is between and queer as well because there's a lot of queer representation. And I I liked some of the themes that were in some of the stories that where they were going. Obviously, like the realities of age gap, right? When you're young, you think going out with a way older man
Is
is
mm-hmm,
appropriate, and
right.
then you get caught up in X, Y, and Z. So like those type of stories, just think of that in that type of like sphere of
Okay.
things.
So like
But
the more serious girl talk that we don't actually get to
exactly.
have.
Exactly. It's real. And I feel like there is space for that. There are real discussions, and these are good stories in that vein. But the execution, I feel like there could have been, like for a short story, yes, it's a short story, but I feel like you can round out a short story good. Personally, to me, like some of them
Yeah.
weren't rounded out well enough for like you can leave something to the imagination because that's where it goes. But at the same time, I feel like there was something missing. Something
Okay.
was missing here for me as somebody that reads a lot of short stories because I can devour short stories and Like, I love them, but I just don't think these were the best collection of short stories I've read. And they were, here and there, they were all right.
Do you think it was the order in which they were put? Do you think if they were reordered, that would have been?
I'm trying to think. I don't think so.
Okay. Have you read All the Men in Legos Are Mad?
That is one I do want to read. I remember you said it was good. Yeah.
Fantastic collection of short stories from somebody that doesn't reach for short stories
Yeah.
often. Fantastic.
Yeah.
Because I think it's in a similar vein of like it's having uh these conversations um that women maybe sometimes don't get to have, specifically about dating Nigerian men, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Or what Nigerian women go through dating, right? They could date Nigerian men. It could be there was one, she was dating a white man, and we was like, baby, what is this? What's happening? Right. But it I think it's a good cultural conversation, right? About how much there are cultural things and thought processes that go into your dating, that maybe it isn't always just the men that are mad.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
But I
No,
think you'll enjoy
totally.
that one.
Yeah, I'll have to. That one I need to move up. I feel like it also reminds me of like when I read The Sex Lives of African Women. Now that definitely that was anthology, so it's not necessarily short stories, but that one definitely could have done better with cutting a lot of these essays, b rearranging the order of the essays. And
Okay.
I think for me, what threw me off, I don't think it's like, well, if we're talking diaspora, whatever you want to pronounce it. If you're thinking in that vein of things, like, yes, everybody is under the African diaspora at the end of the day, but it had Caribbean women in it telling their stories, which kind of threw me off because I thought it was literally just African women.
Okay.
But,
Well, I mean,
that's
the name
like
of Dr.
nitpicky.
Umar. Yeah, I was gonna say in the name of Dr. Umar, we all are.
Yeah, exactly. So, like, if you want to nitpick down the middle to what it is, then yeah. But if not, like, it was a solid. I feel like it could have benefited from cutting some essays, reordering the essays. That's just me personally. And it was alright. It felt like it was like alright, but nonetheless, this was whatever. I read Wrong Door by Nicole B. John, and that I don't even know what happened.
I'm probably gonna read that tonight because I need something to
Yeah,
redeem what I read.
report back.
Okay.
I don't even.
You look concerned.
Me and Bree were talking about it. She's like, she had me in the first half, but then she went left.
It sounds like that Octavia Grant book that I read. What was it called? Where she was like the man he was cheating on her with her sister. I think it was. And she like I think she killed the sister or tried to kill him and then
I
went and
remember
got
you told
pregnant by
me.
his daddy that was in jail.
Yeah.
And then like killed the baby. I don't remember all of what happened, but it was a lot going on.
Yeah. That is a lot. Yeah, this one was. Yeah. Yeah, so report back. Let me know. And then I'm reading Song of Solomon. It's great. It's a good time. It's all the things. Tony's just so funny. Like the wit is there. It's hardcore discussion happening, but you can't help but not laugh, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I'm enjoying it. It's a buddy read, and I should be done with that. I'm trying to immersive read it and read it with my eyes also read with my eyes sometimes, but immersive reading is actually way more fun for this one. But I like the dialogue. It might be my favorite so far. Yeah. Yeah, I think this one's a good one.
I
And
think
then
I'm finally
go
gonna
ahead.
get to that next month. I want to, but I've been putting it off because I know that I'm not in the headspace to give it the attention that it needs.
Yeah, it's like I'm glad I waited towards the end of the month because I'm like in a better headspace to consume it all. and take my time with it. I'm really enjoying it. So I should be done with it this weekend, I hope. And then what else? I was gonna read Bricked Up. Who's that by?
What's that?
I'm gonna tell you who's it by. Hold on.
Jesus Christ. I leave her unsupervised 5 minutes. And now
Oh yeah. By India Norfleet. Yeah, I'm
that's
gonna
why
read
it sounds
that.
familiar. Good.
Mhm.
Report back. Because you know, my friend is a bit of a she's a little church girl on the inside. That might be a bit much. Because you haven't read the Danger Brothers, right?
No, I haven't, but you had me reading the one with by ML Bash of the girls running that girl, I'll hide, you'll seek. There we go.
Okay.
Yeah.
That India T. Norfleet is there's a spectrum to smut. Like there is a spectrum to all genres. Right? Okay, let's start there. I think if we are talking about spectrums, India T. Norfleet is an enhancement of Zane. Like how we felt. Well, you wasn't sneaking to read Zane when we was a kid, but what we felt like Zane was when we were little reading it is what India T. Norfleet is now. Whereas ML Bash is something on her. She's doing
On
like
her
kink
own, yeah.
representation and like all this other kind of stuff that I don't think a lot of authors are, a lot of Black authors, I'll say, are doing in the way that she's doing. So like they're spicy in similar ways, but differently, like on different sides of the spectrum.
Okay, gotcha. All right, I'm gonna report
so
back.
Like it's not gonna be like spicy like ML Bash spicy, right? So don't look for necessarily like kink representation or like he gonna have her tied up and splayed out on some sort of device or something like that. It's not gonna be that way. But India T. Norfleet is very intense.
Okay.
So like they get down to business quick.
Okay, gotcha.
They be hunching hard, and it's like you can be like, well, Jane, ask my name first.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. What else? Okay, what's next? Well, I'll probably read. I'm probably gonna try to get to. Well, actually, when we talk about your book, I'm gonna read that next. We're gonna put Kent. We're gonna put Kent on the ice because she always gonna be there. I know it's good. I just need to know what's happening.
Yeah.
I just need to know what's happening over there. So I need to know what's happening over there. Yeah, I mean, I'm just going with the wind. I might read one of the maybe I'll read Fairfield County to knock off to start that prompt.
Please. Yes, please.
To start that prompt. Yeah.
I think that's very Fairfield County feels like a warm hug in the same way that Beverly Jenkins books do.
Oh yay. Okay.
Without the romance. Like there isn't really a romance aspect to it. It is strictly like there's some historical aspects, but it's strictly like literary fiction, and it's having like a deep conversation about things that we talk about a lot. But it does very much feel like it's very warm and cozy.
Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna do that. I think that'll be a good one to kick off the animals and go from
because there are horses on the cover, right? You probably could use that for horses and for biomes.
Oh, true.
Because that's what I used it for. I used it for biomes and landscapes because it's farmland.
Okay. Say less. Because I got Broken Country. Somebody sent me Broken Country. It was Simon and Schuster. Hold on.
Okay.
I'm going to tell you who. Broken Country. It's a white lady. Claire Leslie Hall. No, I just know Bridget said it was good. And who else said it was good?
I need to see the cover because I feel like I have it. Oh, I do have Broken Country. I have that as well. It's laying around here somewhere. I was because they said it was good too. Oh, that's a good one too.
So, we'll see. Nonetheless.
Okay.
Yeah, and I watched Obsession. I'm not sure if you saw that floating around. It's a horror film. It's on Peacock, but it was in movie theater.
You
I know
okay?
I was forced. Not forced. I willingly
Who,
indulged.
AJ did that to you?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, well, I mean, you
Yeah.
make him watch whatchamacallit, reality TV, so I figure it's a good swap. That's kind of hard
Yeah.
television too.
Yeah, it is. It is. He gives up. I tried to have him watch The Polygamist. He didn't give in to that. I had a good
Is
time with
he
that
gonna
one.
go see the Odyssey with you? Is he into that at least?
I'm trying. I'm trying. I feel
Boo.
like you will, but we have to go see Spider-Man next week. That's what was told to me. So I feel like it's
Well,
a
okay,
trade-off. It's a
okay.
trade-off.
I need you to transfer this message. Let him know that my mother and I already have our tickets for Doomsday in December.
Okay. Oh yes, we do need to get because
You
we're
need
not
to do
going home
that.
for Christmas. We're not.
Oh, you're not? Okay.
No, we wanted to spend Christmas here. So, well, it's also his birthday, so he didn't want to travel anywhere. So, I'm like, fair, fair, fair. People come to us. Like my parents are coming for Thanksgiving. Yeah,
Hey,
so
is
it's
Chelsea coming
it's a
too?
fair. Mm-hmm. Yeah, she's
Wasn't I
coming.
calling her Rebecca for months?
Yeah, you were.
I was.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that poor
Mm-hmm.
baby. I
Yeah.
love her anyhow.
Yeah. But what else? I mean, I've been watching just trash. Also, I did watch the Earth, Wind, and Fire documentary. That was of substance.
Mommy
Mm-hmm.
really enjoyed that. I
Mm-hmm.
haven't watched it yet.
It was good. I think you'll like it.
Okay.
Yeah, I think
I
you'll like
did
it.
see the
It was
clip
great.
where he was talking about what's that song after love or whatever that song is, and he was like, "The song is about a one night stand. Why are y'all getting married to that?"
Yeah, yeah.
I did see
You know,
that clip, and I was like, "That's
you know
hilarious."
you know what's funny is like a lot of people like there's a lot of chatter about like the songs that you choose for your weddings. Like everybody's using Yeba's Heartbreak for their wedding intro.
The one that will always stand out to me, Kelly Price, who y'all know I love to hate. Do you remember her music video where she threw that
Mm-hmm.
treadmill off the balcony?
Yes, yes, I sure do. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
But Kelly Price has a song called Secret Love that is very much about infidelity and about how she is tired of having to hide this relationship because she loves him so much and she just wants the world to know how much she loves him. And I saw a video of a lady announcing her pregnancy to that song. And I think what the issue is people think that how they interpret things then in turn
Mean
changes the meaning
everybody.
of it. And you want to know whose fault it is? It's the church's fault. Because them niggas open up a Bible and they pick a quote and they say this is the interpretation of it. This is now what it means. And people are going in the outside and they think that that's comprehension. They think that that's literacy, that they are able to take things and say, oh, she's talking about sharing something with the world. So that means that it could be anything because I'm not talking about a man, I'm talking about a baby. So that then in turn changes the lyrics. And that is not how that works. They also are using, what's that little cute baby's name? Olivia
Olivia
Dean.
Dean. Um, what's the song?
I can't think of the song right now.
I know which one.
A couple minutes, couple seconds, something. But it's a breakup song. They use that on things
I
too.
forgot which one it is on the album, but no, I know which one you're talking about because people are like, "This is
Destiny.
not a wedding song."
Yeah, I guess
Are
we got a
you?
silver lining. Yep.
Yeah, yeah, that's it.
It's a
Yeah,
couple
yeah,
minutes or something like that. I'm glad you're doing
yeah.
so well. Yeah, no. So
Yeah, but yeah, that's about it. What about you? How's your week going? What are you reading? I know you said you were in a slump
um
a little.
I haven't been feeling good. And that's been doing a number on my mental health. So that's one thing. Um reading wise, oh, I've read almost 70 books so far for the year. Okay. The Broken Hearts Agency by Clarence A. Haynes. Great.
Mm-hmm.
Um, thought that was very, very good. I love Clarence.
Yeah.
And I like that this is kind of like a sister book.
Mm.
Um,
Okay.
to the first one. I don't think you necessarily need to read the first one to get the second one because there is like a summary in there to kind of guide you through what's going on. But I did enjoy that it's like a
Sister,
it's
like
in the
in the
same
same
world.
universe.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like like Deshaun Charles Winslow did with his first two books.
Yes.
I read The Misconnection by Tia Williams. Tons across the board. My girl never fails. Tia Williams could write her grocery list on the back of a napkin, ball it up, throw it away, and not dig in the trash for it. I thoroughly enjoyed Misconnection. And I feel like if you've ever seen Tia Williams speak, she is very funny. She is very wise. She's witty. She's like down to earth. She's all of these things. Her books are the same way.
Yes.
And I love
she's
that.
and she mirrors her books so well. Yes.
Very much so. Fish Tales by Nettie Jones. I feel like this is what I wanted Luster to be.
Oh, yeah, you said that, yeah.
Everything that I hated about Luster, for whatever reason, I loved it in this. And I think maybe it's because the writing is a bit more elevated. There's style and intention behind it. But I also think that we got an opportunity to empathize with the main character, right? We saw what her trauma was that lead her to this. But the writing still leaves to your imagination whether all of this stuff is actually happening to her or if these people and these things are in her head. Very much a conversation about women and how women are thought to be crazy, right? When there are real things behind why we do the things that we do, or the people that you see, out on the side of the road that may be high, right? Like there's a story behind that, and you should empathize with that even if you don't agree, right?
Yeah.
But for so many reasons, we are quick to turn our nose up at people like that, or the women that we see that are partying all the time, or whatever the case may be. So I enjoyed that. That was a buddy read. Where the Dead Brides Gather. The synopsis was way better than the story was.
Oh yes, you did tell me that one. Yeah.
I'm just gonna leave that at that. The synopsis was way better. I think how it rounded out, like I saw the vision for why all of what happened had to happen, but it just was a very long story that
you didn't have
it took me forever to read it. I am curious about their next book that they have coming out, so we'll see. I also would like to say that you're probably not depressed. You probably just need to read a Beverly Jenkins book. I read Something Like Love and was in here kicking my feet.
What you texted me about, who was it? Oh my gosh. His name is on my, right there.
Well, Dixon Wildhorse, yes. Dixon Wildhorse was mentioned in this one. But they all were. She mentioned Dixon Wildhorse, Preacher, Griffin Blake. They all was standing in this lady living room. I said, she's a better woman than me because she didn't hear that train coming. I would have.
You know
they
what?
They would have passed me around like a bowl of popcorn. Do you hear me?
It's about time to read another Beverly Jenkins book.
She just all standing there being a lady of good reputation, and then there is me, a whore. Because I was like, you're just gonna have Dixon Wildhorse just standing in your house like this? But the man that she was in love with, Neil July, he was. I'm blushing like these people real. Neil is an outlaw. And she meets him as he is robbing the train that she's on. He's a Seminole man. And he's nice to her and doesn't steal all her things. And he says, the next time I see you, because I will see you again, you owe me a kiss. She was like, I don't owe you nothing whole time.
She going, yeah.
And Beverly Jenkins just knows how to write a man. So I listened to that because Mom and I are going to Ohio. We're going to record our first live podcast episode in front of an audience.
Oh, you are.
We're going to read Indigo. It's Mommy's first time reading Indigo, and I'm so excited. I'm probably going to have to fight my own mother over Galen Vachon. I'm probably going to have to fight my mother over my man.
Nice. When are you guys going? Like next week, you said?
We leave Thursday, yeah.
And is it for yarn stuff?
So it's it's a round the table yarn retreat.
Okay.
I believe I've signed myself up to take a class or two. I don't know. It's on a farm. I want to see the baby animals.
Okay. That's going to be fun. Yeah.
I want to see the animals. Everything else will be extra. It'll be cool. My friend Vincent will be there. He'll be teaching the class. I will be making a bucket hat because
Oh yes, it's about that time.
well no, it one of the prompts in her kid, the not so secret prompts, you have to read a book while crafting.
Oh,
So I'm
I
gonna
didn't
make
see that. Okay, I'm gonna
make a hat while and mom and I are gonna cast on the same project at the same time. So
okay.
and Adela sent me yarn. I haven't even looked at the yarn. I don't know what she sent. Mommy was like, "This is what weight we need." Adela was like, "Purple fine." I was like, "Yeah, sure, I don't care."
Okay.
She could have sent me blue yarn. I was gonna use it. I don't.
Yeah.
So I just don't know what book I'm gonna listen to because I can't do. It'll probably be something another Beverly Jenkins book. I just don't know which one yet.
Okay.
But yeah, something like Love was I was in here
Okay.
just grinning like a fool. And then I read The Revelation of Dion Daphne.
Y'all buckle up.
I don't have anything nice to say about this book. The nicest thing that I probably can say about it is that it's a Tyler Perry film in prose. I don't feel like anything that she added to this book as the lived experience of the character. Because I don't necessarily want to lead with that this is a traumatic book. Does the character go through some things? Yes. I think that's the point of this book is that there are things that she goes through. So she's supposed to be having this like revelation, right? Hence the name. Everything perpetuates a harmful rhetoric from the 90s. She possibly has HIV from a down low black man. Him being gay had nothing to do with the plot other than giving her HIV, possibly. For what, girl? Then when she goes on this at the same time that she has to wait 14 days for her results, so we're with her for 14 days as she's spiraling. The person that witnessed her now ex-boyfriend telling her that he is HIV positive was the newspaper guy. They end up becoming friends. But of course, he's an ex-con and he is changing her perspective on life because he's not as bad as she thought he was. Only for at the end of the book for him to have snuck drugs in the car on this road trip that they took. I really would like to sit Dion down and ask her very politely, like, I want to touch her hand when I say this. Ho, is you cool?
Just yeah.
Is you good, bro? And for her to sit at her events and to have all of these shady things to say about millennials, right? And how great the 90s were and how the millennials didn't get to experience some of the best times ever. These are the times? These are the people that we're supposed to miss, girl? Yeah, so I would really like to touch her hand and ask her, "Ho, is you cool?" I know the answer is no, but I want to ask anyway because it might make me feel better. I don't have anything positive to say about that book. I think the writing was decent. But I think the same thing goes for rewatching Girlfriends as an adult.
Yeah.
Not one of them heifers was friends.
What am I trying to say? Girlfriends was good to an extent.
Right.
Like
to an extent.
I wasn't a Girlfriends fan because I think I watched it. I would watch a couple like episodes here and there whenever it come on like local cable and whatever, all that stuff. When it would come on, but I wasn't seeking to watch Girlfriends. I was more in line of watching like A Living Single, Different World,
right.
You know, those type of things, whatever. But when I watched it when it came on Netflix, maybe in the last 4 or 5 years, and I watched, I was like full from start to fit. Like tried to watch it start from finish. I couldn't finish it. It was not. It was not
friend
good.
Calling my son everything but his name and thinking that she was actually my friend.
Yeah. Actually, that's funny that you like Real Housewives. Shamia and Portia, they were going back and forth because Shamia got mad at Portia because Portia didn't want to have her because they're beefing right now. She didn't want to. They used to be best friends. She didn't want her Portia didn't want her child to be around Shamia.
Okay.
Anymore. Like, they're not friends, but she was like, yeah, I would still have Shiloh, Shamia's daughter, around Portia's daughter. And Portia was like, no, because our moms, are beefing. And you were talking mad crap about my mom,
Yeah,
and
like
it's
you're
a
not
lot of
about to do all
it's
of
a
that in
lot
front of
of
my kid. I'm not gonna subject my kid to that.
and like with kids, like it gets muddled when you're talking about my kid, or when we have beef and you expect to still be around my kid. I mean, granted, I don't think you're gonna do anything to my kid, right? I hope not. But people are crazy nowadays. Or nonetheless, we're not there anymore. So why do I have to have my kid around your kid in order for us to still keep some sort of ecosystem going? After you disrespected my kid, or after you disrespected me and my family? Like, nah, that's
Right.
not how
Like,
it's gonna
no.
go.
So it's
Yeah.
like, I think the people that are gonna be a fan of this book are gonna be people that watch Tyler Perry films and don't want to accept the issues with Tyler Perry films, right? I think the people that are complaining about how traumatic this book is still aren't understanding the deep rooted issues with it, right? Because all that they can think about are the trauma. Because there is a long stretch that was a bit triggering for me where she talked about the sexual assault that she experienced as a kid and
Mm-hmm.
like having to tell her mother about it and like how that all went. I was
Mm-hmm.
like, I feel like somebody might have got a camera in my house.
Yeah.
I don't like it. But
Yeah.
it just was this whole thing that like I don't know, like she was trying to blame the patriarchy for her having possible HIV, or like the sexual assault that she experienced led to her being quote unquote promiscuous and that's why she got HIV.
Mm.
And that's not that I don't want people to feel that way. Like,
Mm-hmm.
baby, the reason that you got HIV is because it's not even because that man was gay. It's not because he was gay. It was because he was irresponsible with his sex life.
And it opposes
And it's so
stigmatism.
right. And it
Yeah,
so
yeah.
happens to be that that man was gay,
Is gay.
right? But even
Yeah.
if he wasn't gay, he was irresponsible with his sex life.
And
And
that's what
that's
it
how
all
you got HIV. That's how it happened,
yeah.
right? Or possibly got HIV because
That's what it boils down to, right? If we're presenting something like this with the eyes of, like you said, she worked on this book for 10 years.
right.
Even 10 years ago, that type of rhetoric should not even be in your mind anymore. That should have been deconstructed from like
And
years ago.
she spoke about it as if she was gonna deconstruct it, and she doesn't. Because hold on, let me let me let me text you. So she doesn't rework it. She doesn't do any of that, right? She doesn't
Mm-hmm.
do there isn't any rhyme or reason or any intent or purpose, right? Because in the beginning it kind of feels like, okay, well maybe this character has these thought processes because this is a character of the 90s. So she's going to think certain ways, she's going to whatever. But it's like, no. No.
Can we like and it's like, can we come okay, the character thinks this way. Cool. But to combat that stigmatism, you should be writing about the actual things versus what is said in the media. Like, that's what's like killing me right now, because like you could have had something I don't want to say
Monu
monumental,
but like
but something
moving.
changing. Yeah, something changing that would have a different, more a better dialogue around the things. And now you got the girls traumatized, not thinking. And then on top of that, the people that are thinking is looking at you like, girl, what the hell are you talking about? So
What are
it's
you
like
talking about?
no one is like it's
You
just
know. And I
eh,
think and I want to find a way to say this kindly. I think this book is a representation of the disconnect between Black women of a certain age and my generation. And I think that disconnect is harmful because they come to us as if we don't know anything, but they perpetuate harmful things under the
mhm.
guise of nostalgia. because they don't want to give up the 90s, because they don't want to grow, because they don't want to move forward in any kind of way. They make it seem like we're wrong because we think, because we see things differently, because we want to be kind. Because I don't want to see a gay man portrayed like this in a book for nothing.
Yeah.
There are gay men in my life that like raised me, right? That took care of me. What?
Yeah. I don't know. I think the people I think another thing, like you said, like the people that are liking this book or like raving about the book, I think it's the name.
It's her.
It's the name that holds, because like of course she makes good stuff. And the other thing is she made Forever and everybody was raving about that. So they're like, oh, she has a book coming out that's definitely going to translate from movie to paper. Like for me, I was excited because I was like, okay, it could be something really good, like a screen. She's a writer all across the board in a sense. Like I would be interested to see what she comes up with. But I think people are making this one such a big deal just because of the name and just because of like the accolades and all the stuff. And they're not thinking, this is when it starts to be like, okay, you're not thinking critically about things. You're looking at the name.
I feel like it makes sense now why she was so tight-lipped about her press and about the media tour and about all of that, because I think she knew she had some bullshit on her hand. And I think she knew that if this book got into certain people's hands, like if it got into the hands of people that
like
are
us,
actual readers, we were gonna call her to the front. Kindly. I don't want to disrespect her, although I did say earlier, I was like, if I catch her, I'm a pincher. But
the pinch is in love. It's calling in. It's what happens in church when you're acting
like,
up.
Right. Like I kind of want to have this like from one generation to the next conversation with her to tell her how she comes across, especially as a woman that we're supposed to look up to, right? And I'm not saying that as if she should be perfect or like this book should have been perfect or that all her work should be perfect, but she spoke in a way.
I'm happy I didn't go because they did it at the Cam, same place they did Kin. They did Kin.
Mom and I went to we visited the museum when we were.
Yeah, I still need to see that Langston Hughes one. I'm actually gonna go there. Nonetheless, I was supposed to go, like I told you, and I saw the amount of people and the type of people that went, and I was like, it's okay. Yeah. I'll just wait. And then I was like, whatever.
I told Felicia, I said, friend, I said, you love Mara Brockett Kill so much so that I don't want you to read this book because I don't want it to ruin the perspective that you have of her.
Yeah.
Don't read it.
I think that's the thing. Yeah. Yeah.
She was like, I love you for that. I said, yeah. I was like, I don't think as your friend that there are many things that I can protect you from. I said, but you are a thinker. I was like, and I think how I know my friend approaches traumatic things, like that's going to be hard for her to read in general, but a lot of these thought processes are not things that are my friend are aligned with at all.
Yeah.
I was like, don't read this book. I said, maybe in some years when you're a different reader, when you're a different woman, when you're maybe a little bit removed from, you know, maybe in 10 years, Mara Brockett Kill won't be as, you know, whatever. And maybe then you'll be able to read it.
Yeah.
I hope the book goes out of print. I don't.
No, I gotta pick this book up. This is crazy. Because I just want to see. I just want to know the perspective.
I talk about books very subjectively. There are books that I love, but even the ones that like kind of miss the mark for me or whatever, I can talk about books from a very even keel place. This one, not so much.
Yeah. That's unfortunate. No, for real. I think it's just really unfortunate because of the pull she has. She got people that don't be reading one book.
Somebody said that somebody commented on my post and was like, I was going to pick it up this weekend as a beach read. I said, baby, this is not a beach read.
Oh, this is not a beach read. You're going to be distraught. You're going to be
up and set. Like two separate emotions. You're not even going to be upset. It's going to be three separate emotions. You're going to be up, you're going to be set, and then you're going to be upset.
You would be laid out on that beach like, oh Lord. Like that's not even a
Like,
good
that is
beach
not a
read.
beach read,
Beach
sister.
read.
I said if I could do
Unless
anything
you
for you, don't do
don't.
that.
Mm, yeah, I'm gonna crack this one open. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, no,
I
I'm
gotta
very
know.
curious to see your perspective. And then I've even reached out to women in my life that I trust that are older than me,
Mm-hmm.
right? To say, hey, I want you to read this book and I want us to discuss it because maybe I'm missing something.
Yeah.
That's how much this book has bothered me.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm
Because
curious.
I really would like to touch her hand and say, Ho, is you cool?
Mm-hmm.
Is you?
Yeah.
Is it Uchi Wally or is it one mic? Which is it? And then like I just everything was so calculated. Like I also kind of want to nod my head to her in that respect too, to be like, you ho, not only is you cool, you's a smart one. Because you kept this tight lip under the guise that it's about HIV. That wasn't it, sister. That wasn't it at all.
Yeah. And
That
maybe in
wasn't it
good
at all.
intention, maybe in her mind for real, like it in good intention, she was probably like, yeah, I'm making this tight lip because I'm trying to be sensitive to the subject of HIV in her mind. And I feel like that could be really it just because of how delusional the book sounds.
And you know what did Heather Headley say? In my mind, I always be his lady, but only in your head, sister. Only in your head. Nowhere else.
Yeah.
Not nowhere else. So
Wow.
yeah, that was
All right.
that's what we're gonna call this this episode, the revelation of Shelby. We both have a praise for today.
Yes, we do.
Who wants to go first? I could go
I'll
first
go.
because mine is probably. Or you could go because I was gonna say mine is gonna be short.
Okay, yeah. I'll go quickly as well because I summarized it. Look at that. Okay, so this week praise this week's praise for is for V.S. Nepal, Trinidadian born in a British oh my goodness. Trinidadian born, but also a British writer who pretty much had his adult years within Britain, but he was born in Trinidad, so a lot of his work explored identity, colonialism, migration, the lasting effects of the empire. Over a career spanning more than 50 years, he published more than 30 books, including A House for Mr. Biswas and the Booker Prize winning In a Free State, which I have both, I believe, on my shelf. He's widely regarded as one of the most influential English language writers of the 20th century. He was awarded the Nobel Prize in Literature in 2001. Though his work and public views often spark debate, his work pretty much talks a lot about colonialism and the identity and being within both types of worlds between Britain and Trinidad and having that worldview. So I haven't read his work yet, but I want to read this year because I want to see like what the controversy is about, like what is his views, all that stuff. And yeah, that's V.S. Nepal. I feel like he's one of the what would I say? I saw somebody comment on one of my posts that I mentioned him, and they were like, "Oh, you should replace him with," I think they said Frantz Fanon, because that's how they feel. They don't. A lot of people either do or don't like him, apparently.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so I'm
Can you
curious.
send me
I'm
the
like
spelling of the other one? You said it's France. Who?
Fanon, Fanon, or Fanon? Is it Fanon or
Found
Fanon?
it. Oh, I've
Yeah,
seen this. The
the wretched,
rec. Oh,
wretcheder.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
The wretched
Yeah, I
of the
want to
earth.
read.
Thank you.
Yeah, there we go. I think that also might work into Hersid because it was in which book was I reading that it was mentioned in? I think it was mentioned actually in because there was a one prompt where you have to have books that were mentioned in other books, and it was mentioned in Elizabeth's book. That and the souls of folks.
Yeah, but when I went to
Or
look
does
at
it
the
have
prompt,
to?
you don't have to read the book that's mentioned. You just need to read a book that mentions the book.
Well, that counts right there. We got
Cause
something there.
yeah, cause I'm gonna go back and rewatch the video again. Cause I was like, when I was looking at the Google Doc, it's only 2 spots for Bookception, and I'm like, well, shouldn't there be 4 because you have to read the book and then read the book that it mentions? But you only got to read a book that mentions a book. So
yeah, but that's via St. Paul.
okay,
Yeah. Also,
I
I'll
mean, if
keep
you
you guys
want,
posted
we can
about.
read The Wretched of the Earth together.
Yeah, maybe we can read it for. Okay, we're taking off? I think we're taking off October, right?
Yes,
Okay, so maybe
we
we
can
can
finish.
read that.
We can figure that out off air because that's gonna be.
Mm-hmm.
We both gonna be looking at our calendars like.
Oh, that's true. Mm-hmm.
um,
Yeah.
my praise for it is for the Odyssey. Christopher Nolan,
Yeah.
as a girl who is a book nerd who loves Greek mythology, I have no notes. I went in anticipating that I was probably going to be a little nitpicky or feel like there were things missing or that they didn't do enough or whatever. I mean, from the way that the gods were portrayed to the way that they tell such a vast story.
Mm-hmm.
It was amazing visually. To know that he actually was putting them niggas through an actual Odyssey. They had to actually
Mm-hmm.
learn how to row. The Cyclops was a 60-foot tall puppet.
Mm.
The Hades scene, he actually had them people buried in sand
Yeah,
so
you
that they could
told me
rise
that.
up for real.
Mm-hmm.
Like the craftsmanship, the trust that they had to have in him is great. I think the other thing that I'm very much enjoying is everybody wanting to read
Yes, sir.
retellings.
Yeah.
Absolutely loving it. One of my all-time favorite books is The Song of Achilles by Madeline Miller. It is a
Mm-hmm.
phenomenal retelling of Achilles.
Mm.
Um, and now I actually want to go back and give Circe another try because I feel like with her books, you either love A Song of Achilles or you love Circe. And Circe just wasn't hitting the mark for me. But I think it will now because even that was a
Yeah, I can't
phenomenal.
wait to
Zendaya
watch.
had a total of 7 minutes on screen and she deserves
That's
whatever
what they was.
award.
That's what they was
Literally seven
saying.
minutes. Literally a total of 7 minutes. And she phenomenal. Um what's the other white lady name who played
Anne Hathaway.
she did a good job as Penelope.
Okay.
Um what is her name? She played Calypso.
Let's see.
Gwen Gwyneth Paltrow?
Paltrow.
There
Gwyneth
you
Paltrow.
go. She did an amazing job as
Are
Calypso.
you sure? Wait.
Was that Gwyneth whatever that white lady name is?
Elliot? No, you said who? Calypso?
Uh-huh.
Oh,
Hold
I
on.
don't
I
see.
know
I
if
don't see her nowhere.
hold on.
Gwyneth, where you
Then
at?
you know I think they all got the same name now, child. They all look Charlize Theron.
Who?
Mm.
Oh, her. Oh.
I'm worse off. And that's a shame because she is in one of my all-time favorite movies, Mad Max Fury Road.
Yeah.
But no, she did a very, very good job as Calypso.
Mm.
I hate Robert Pattinson now.
What he do?
Funky bitch. And that man that played Agamemnon, he didn't say but 15 words, if that. And I'm being generous. But when I tell you Agamemnon had that shit on, boy, he showed up to water, do not a goddamn thing. But he had that shit on.
Who? How long was which one got Lupita in the movie for?
Probably about 5 to 7 minutes too.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. She's not in it
They
long.
pay.
She plays Helen of Troy and she plays
Okay.
Helen of Troy's twin sister who is Clemtemnestra.
Yeah. Yeah. That.
So we don't see a lot of her, but even her, like she was very good. But I even like that portrayal of Helen of Troy. I think often we get this portrayal of Helen that is very muted and like this prize to be kept. Like she wasn't making her own decisions. A time was had I had a
Yeah.
time, and my mom also enjoyed it. She is also somebody that didn't really have much stake in, you
Mm-hmm.
know, like
Mm-hmm.
she just was like, okay, I some of it is familiar, whatever. But she also really enjoyed it. Um,
Yeah, I'm gonna have
yeah, no,
to.
John Leguizamo, it was a joy seeing him in
Mm-hmm.
something. I love John
Mm-hmm.
Leguizamo. Um, he's another comedian that's up on my list of people that I really admire.
Mm. Okay.
He's very, very talented. I think the first time that I saw him was in Tu Wong Fu. Have you ever watched that movie?
Mm-hmm.
You've never seen Tu Wong Fu?
No.
Fuck, girl.
Let me see. No, I'm pretty sure not. No, absolutely not.
Well, yeah, your family wasn't. It wasn't letting you watch that. It definitely wasn't letting you watch that. Oh, friend, it's such a good movie.
No, yeah, no, I never seen it.
Yeah, Wesley Snipes, Patrick Swayze, and John Leguizamo. It's one of my favorite movies. Yes, I'm gonna have to go watch that tonight.
I wonder if my mom watched it on the low. She's a
My
little bit
friend
more
ain't.
liberal with her watching
My friend
sometimes.
ain't never seen Tu Wong Fu. That's crazy.
No, man. All right, I'm gonna have
Um,
to. I was on Apple TV, so let me go ahead and.
um, but yeah, it was good to see John Leguizamo. The Odyssey was very good. I can't wait to see it again, and I know that a large part of my reading, going forward, I'm probably gonna be. It's gonna be a lot of like retelling sprinkled in there because I want to
Mm-hmm.
research. See, I was looking up some other books, so I got Omeros, which I told you I had sent in a thing in a
Yeah.
text, because that's a retelling of the Odyssey. Um, and there are a couple other things on my list. There are a bunch of retellings out there that are pretty good, but I
Okay.
had a good time. It was very, very good. It was very, very, very
Yeah.
good.
I'm gonna try to go this weekend. Um, if because when I'm installing, I gotta send you the picture that I'm going for. But I'm installing the bookshelf.
Okay.
Well, starting that process. So doing a lot of like the balcony garden. We gotta start that type of stuff. So
Okay.
hopefully, I feel like we can swing it on Saturday.
Okay.
I want to. If not, it'll have to be during the week. I gotta find some time. I need to. But I know I
You
need to go
know,
in the morning because I be sleepy. I be sleeping in them movie theaters.
anyway, y'all. Next week
Mm-hmm.
we'll be reviewing The Summer Girlfriend by Christina Forrest.
Mm-hmm.
Um, so if y'all are gonna be reading that with us, you got till next week.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Anything
Yeah.
else? Or
Follow us on IG and threads at the League of Readers. Email us at the League of Readers pod@gmail.com. And yeah, we'll see you
mm-hmm.
next week.
Bye, guys.
Bye.